Today I will be talking about a manga written by Haruto Ryo. From looking around online, I could not find much information on Ryo except that this seems to be their only published manga book. Regardless, this is still a very fun read, but with some big caveats to keep in mind before reading and or buying. This manga is called Ibitsu, and I found it at my local bookstore with the Warning Explicit Content label, and at that moment I was intrigued. I needed to know more. How graphic could it be? Being upfront about it, the warning label is fairly misleading. If your plan is to compare this to the famous work of Junji Ito, you might be disappointed to know it doesn't have the same shock to Ryo's work. Nonetheless, the story still strikes fear through suspense rather than grotesque imagery. But with that in mind, I personally found Ibitsu to hit in a different way that affects me on a more personal level. I'm never the biggest fan of jump scares in any form. While it's effective, I never felt it left a lasting impression when looking back. I love when media strikes fear into me by creating these tense situations and building suspense. Even if the payoff itself isn't overly scary in the end, I find it still resonates with me because the tension has me paranoid leading up to its reveal. With all of this in mind, this manga is about Kazuki, a student living in a small apartment. One night he's taking out the trash when he notices a woman dressed in Lolita clothing sitting near the neighborhood trash pickup. She asks him a simple question: "Would you have a little sister?" After that, the story for the most part slowly builds up the suspense of the Lolita girl stalking Kazuki and his actual little sister, Hikari. I found the story does a great job making me sympathetic for these characters. I found myself constantly worried for their mental health and overall well-being, which only intensifies those feelings as the story unfolds, and, to my surprise, introduces plenty of gripping plot twists that I never found myself able to predict. I will admit that the first quarter of the story doesn't do much to keep you invested right away, but around the halfway point it shifts to Hikari for a bit. It was this point that I felt compelled to keep reading. This is doubly true for the last quarter of the story. The twists in the end are so engrossing that I found myself captivated and unable to put the book down. In the end, if you're interested in a story that focuses more around suspense, then this will be a great read for you. But if you're looking for gross imagery and the shock of horrific drawings akin to Ito's work, then you will be most likely let down. Not to say that you will be, but what you're seeking is not here in Ibitsu. I would personally recommend picking this one up. If you liked Ibitsu or didn't like it, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This isn't a normal review. This is just kind of like a Alan Talks kind of series where I just talk about video games or manga that I'm reading or finished. Now that we're at the end of the video, I just want to thank my other half, Amy, for helping me kind of proofread like my script that I read, and that gave me ideas and sentence formulations and kind of reviewing the video itself before I published it. I want to thank a webpage by music by Eric Matyas at soundimage.org for letting me use the background music you're hearing in this video. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video and hearing me talk about Ibitsu. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.